Hi fellow YouTubers, this is Lycan of the Underworld back again with another video. This time it's something completely different. I've been promising this for a while. This is a video of my setup of the game HEROQUEST, which was released by Games Workshop back in 1989 in Europe and I believe 1990 over in the States. As what I do, instead of playing with the board, I use DWARVEN FORGE pieces and pre-painted Games Workshop figures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do videos of all the dungeons over the next couple of weeks or months, however long it takes me to do it, and show you the setup that I use. So first of all, I'm going to show you the first quest. Well, this is actually the second quest in the book, but this is the main first quest. This is the rescue of SIR RAGNAR. This is what the setup looks like when you set out the board. So what I've done is I've just added a few little things. This is mainly, as you can see there, it's all orcs and goblins in this adventure, so it's quite an easy one to start with. There's a couple of creatures called familiars as well. There's one in this game, which is right there, guarding SIR RAGNAR, and I've used a completely different piece for that. So without further ado, I'll start you at the square here, which is where they come in, and I'll move around the board and try and show you, hopefully in detail, everything that I use. Let's just give you an overview. This is the dungeon that I've set up, and here we go into the first room. As you can see in the first room, this is where I've got all the heroes. There's the steps that lead in. There's the rack that was on the map, and I've just added a little crate there as well. Show you the figures. This is the wizard, the barbarian, the elf and the dwarf. These are the four main characters that you use in the game. You can add your own, which I have done, and I'll show you on later adventures. This is all DWARVEN FORGE stuff. So first of all, they go through the open door, and they have the choice of going this way, or this way. So I'll start by going straight down. So here we go, straight down the passage. Keep going, there's no creatures there. Moving around the corner, and a little surprise for them. There's a little goblin in the corner. Moving on into this room, we have 2 barrels of beer, which aren't in the quest book, well, I've just added them. And in front of the doorway is an orc warrior. Moving on through into the next room. I'll just show you a nice little trick. When it works. There we go. In this room we have some crates which could have some goodies in them. There's a large table in the corner of the room guarded by an orc, and we have a flickering campfire which I've just added. And also we have an orc next to the campfire, and over in the corner is 2 little barrels, so there could be some goodies in there. And there is a secret door, so if they search here for secret doors, this door will open, revealing this room. As we go into this room, we have an orc, and we have a lizard man, which should have been the familiar, but they don't make familiar figures anymore, so I've just used one of these guys instead. And there's a crate with some goodies in the corner, and if they go through this door, here is SIR RAGNAR. I've used a hero of the Empire figure for SIR RAGNAR, and he is being guarded by another lizard man, which is a new addition that I've added to this quest. So that's as far as I can go that way. So if I take you back to the junction here, they come out of this room and turn left, the end of the corridor and up a bit. And it's got little sacks of grain, so they could get some energy back if they need any. Moving on up, there's a corner there, I'll come to that in a sec. Instead they decide to go down this corridor. So they keep going down the long corridor. There could be traps here, you never know. There's a little orc warrior. Let's turn around the right way. No, sorry, not an orc, a little goblin with his spear. So they have to face him. Get past him, they go into this room. Slightly bigger room. We have a bookcase here, which is full of all potions and spells and things like that, so that could come in handy. And in this room also is a goblin, with a bow, so he can fire at distance. There's a treasure chest there as well. Could be a trap, or it could be full of nice little things. That's it for that room. Moving on out, if they decided to go straight up, looking down this corridor, we have an orc chieftain, a goblin chieftain, and behind the door is another little goblin. So if they decided to turn right here, they would have come along, fought this goblin here, gone up the corridor, and there's that other goblin I've just shown you. Could have fought him. They got two different ways of going through this into these rooms. They can either go straight on and face this orc. There's a little crate there which could have something in it. Moving on up, there's another orc. Through this doorway we have in here another champion goblin and another orc. Behind him is a large cabinet with lots of nice things on it. Move down into this room. They have in here a couple of goblins and an orc. And in the corner there's a bookcase. Moving on through, and there's also a treasure chest there as well. Moving on through into this room, we have two orcs and another bookcase. And if they didn't want to go that way through, they could have come along this way and fight this little goblin archer, and they could have gone into the room that way. So the meaning of this quest is to rescue SIR RAGNAR, which is this guy here, and get him back to here before either SIR RAGNAR or they get killed. So it's a very easy quest, the first one. There's not a lot of creatures in it. Just a very basic setup that I've done, but it just adds a little bit more to the HEROQUEST game, I think. Makes it much better. I've got add my own rules to it as well, with magical weapons, and I make the monsters a little bit harder to kill because the game itself only states that they've only got 1 or 2 body points to kill them, but I've made it a little bit harder, giving them more body points given certain creatures like these guys. I'll pick one up and show you him. When it focuses. Let's put him down here. They're a lot stronger. I'll show you a few of the figures. This is a figure I've used for SIR RAGNAR. Look at one of the orcs. They're not badly painted. Show you one of the little goblins. Here's the dwarf. And the wizard. They have several spells they can use, the wizard. And so does this guy. He has some spells that he can use. This is the elf. And in future games, you see he's got two different weapons here. He can actually make 2 attacks on the harder quests later on. And this is the barbarian when it focuses. It's taken ages to focus. There you go. This is the main character that a lot of people use. He's the strongest one out of the 4. When I play as a hero, I always go for the elf, because not only is he a pretty good fighter, he's got magic as well. Obviously the wizard is very weak, but he's got a lot of magic. Let's say the barbarian's very strong but no magic at all. And the dwarf is quite a good fighter, but he can also disarm traps when he comes across them, which is very handy to have. I'll show you the next video I will do will be the next quest. I'll just give you a preview of what it looks like. It's not as much in the way of dungeons, but there's more creatures in it. This one's called Lair of the Orc Warlord. I might not be able to make him up exactly like this. As you can see here, I've used a lot of wall pieces. In future adventures, when the dungeons are bigger, I haven't got enough of these wall pieces, so instead of putting an outside wall here, you'll just have floor pieces down, because I've got more of them. So this is all pieces I've used here. Is from the Dwarven Forge room set. So you've got corner pieces, wall pieces, and little floor pieces. That's all I've used. And doors, obviously swinging doors, you can take those doors off and close them as well if you wish. They do move. There you go. Extra bits that I bought online. That's Dwarven Forge stairway. All these pieces here I've just bought from other people off eBay who made them. You can find them readily. Same as this, the flickering campfire. And the rack is actually from the original game, the HEROQUEST game. It's just plastic and paper, but it seems to go well in the dungeon. So there you go, that's the first video, my HEROQUEST. So let me know what you think. So it's not just hot toys, things I collect and do. I normally play this game a lot with my nephews and nieces. They love it. I always play the evil wizard and they always play the heroes. They normally beat me. On the harder levels, when you've got things like ogres and dragons and things like that, which I will do videos of as I get to them, I tend to beat them. When I play this game again with them, I might do a few videos of the actual game in play, so you can see what goes on, see how the game works. There are a few videos out there of how the game works. If you want me to do a video on the rules and how to play the game, just let me know and I'll try and do one for you. So until my next video, that's me signing off, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.